Yo, Winning Shot family, what's going on? It's your host, Herbie J and Hundo. We're back with another episode of the Winning Shot podcast where we talk about sports and give you our excuse me, I cannot speak. Let me take my time. Give you our authentic takes. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, on here on the sports world. And more specifically, with me and Hundo on the screen, if you did not know, welcome. We discussed the W. So, Hundo Clark, brother, how you doing? It's Friday. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, brother. How you feeling?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Like you said, the sun is out. It's hot. Stay
It
hydrated
is
out
hot.
there.
Please drink your water.
Um, yeah, man. Exciting times.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Speaking of exciting times, it's also an exciting time in the W for a plethora of reasons. But one of the main ones right now is that I know the ladies are happy because they're getting to take a little break. The All-Star break is upon us, brother. But that gives us an opportunity to reflect and review on the season up until this point, which is perfect because there's a lot to discuss. A lot of good, some not so good, some things that really upset my soul. But we're gonna talk about it all because I got some things to say and some apologies to make again. Because I gotta be a man of my word, and some things I stood on that just have not come to fruition. So I need to make sure that I am accountable, held accountable for my actions and my words. But what we're gonna do is this, man. We're going to talk about the past week. I know we've been kind of, rocking and rolling. There's a lot been going on. Like I said, with All-Star voting, as we know, all the All-Star teams have been selected. So we're going to go over that in a moment. But before we get into that, more specifically, we're going to go over the past week and talk about the tail of the tape, brother. Because, we've had some decent matchups, I think, and some matchups that have kind of decided some records, have decided some wins and losses, have decided whether teams are at the bottom of the league or the top of the league. Has had some injuries, which has set some teams back. More specifically, the Aces, as well as you look at the Mercury. They lost Satu, and Kai is out again. So when you think about these people in some of these teams, brother, we definitely get into that also. So today is the 11th. So I say, if you are in agreement with me, that we should go back to last Sunday, which was the 6th. In the first matchup we can go over, I remember I was watching this one via the chat, was Seattle versus New York, where Seattle pulled out the win 79-70 in New York. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with the W, New York has really been on a tear this season. They're 12-6 currently. And in that particular game, they were in New York, and teams were like, we'd written a whole article called "The Storm Is Over."
Mhm.
But time and time again, Seattle has come out and proved that maybe the storm is not over. So, Hundo, let's go back to that game just for a few moments and discuss what your thoughts were seeing the Storm pull out that victory in New York.
Yeah. I was low key surprised by that, but I know you mentioned New York has been playing good, but as of late they have been playing bad uh, due to injuries. John Quayle's been out. Natasha
Yeah,
Cloud's missed some games, and like, they're missing two starters. That's big.
that's fact.
Um, but Seattle, one of those teams that's near the top of the league, but also somewhat inconsistent. So it's
Yeah,
like, what Seattle are you going to get on any given night? And we'll talk about it later, but they just lost to Connecticut. So it's like,
yeah,
Seattle, like, bro, what's going on? Like some games y'all show up, other games y'all don't. And it's
no,
just
that's
like,
fact.
yo, if y'all truly want to be a championship competing team, y'all got to show up like y'all showed up against New York every single night.
Yeah, no,
You
that's
can't
facts,
take nights
brother.
off.
That's facts. I agree with you, brother. To be a championship contending team, like you just said, you got to be there. But it also talks about New York in the sense of like, and not even just New York, but I think just the W as a whole, because I think we've seen this trend where even the best have been getting beat this season, right? And we'll go over the standards here in a few moments, but I think we've seen that New York came out and we were like they can go on a run and win the championship again, essentially. But like you said, currently they're showing us with this 12-6 record, it's like, hey, any given day, anybody can be beat, right? And regardless of injury, I think some of the mainstay pieces were still available to them, right? When you look at Zab, Natasha was there for that particular game, and Stewie still there, right? And so when you look at those mainstay players, we can't make too many excuses. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the gameplay, when you got rookies out here, Miss Maybar, is that her name? The one from France, the 19-year-old.
Mar- Malonga.
Oh no, Malonga. I'm tripping. I read the wrong name. Well, actually, Malonga did have 11-8 that game.
She did.
She did have 11
Yeah.
and 8 that game. But
Yep.
I was actually looking. I was looking at somebody else's name. I can't pronounce her name.
Uh,
That was Azaya.
Isaiah.
Izzy.
Ezzy. Yeah.
Megbar. Yeah.
Magbogor.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just butchered your name, young lady. I apologize. Skylar Diggins still doing her thing. 13-6, All Star.
Yeah.
Like I said, and then Erica Riller. I mean, she wasn't consistent in that particular game, but she's been pretty consistent for Seattle this year as well. So I
Mhm.
mean, like I said, it really just gave more to the narrative of any given day. I mean, you can be beat, which pushes me into talking about, like, as we propelled on through that week, like, excuse me, I'm like, wow. Of course, Vegas went ahead and smacked Connecticut. Minnesota had a close game with Chicago, right, at home, and we saw that played on a little bit later on in the week that they caught an L later on too. And so
Mhm.
when you're looking at some of these teams, and it's just like the sorry teams aren't always playing as sorry, right?
Yep.
Connecticut had a game just the other day actually where they wound up beating Seattle by 10
Mhm.
at the crib, and that was shocking to everybody because Connecticut sucks in a lot of people's eyes, right? And mine's
Yeah.
included. So for them to come out and beat a team by double digits, you know what I'm saying, at the crib, it's like interesting. So I know we always talk about this all the time. I'm gonna give you the standings.
Mhm.
Give me a team or two that you're surprised about, and that you are expecting to be better after the All Star break, and then give me a team that you're like they're either hot right now and you think they'll fall off, or they're cold right now and you think they'll heat up after the All Star break. So let's go over the standings real quick, and then I want you to tell me your thoughts on that.
All right. So the team that I'm so I'll give you this. I'll
Yeah.
answer that two ways, right?
Okay.
The team that I'm surprised about so far this season, Phoenix.
Yeah.
I didn't expect them to be that high.
Yeah.
I definitely thought they would be like, top five, but I didn't expect them to be second. And also the way that they're playing, like high level defense, one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah.
Um, doing it shorthanded. AT has missed games. Kai has missed games. Satu has missed a game or two,
Yep.
and they still find ways to win.
Nah, for real.
So that's definitely one of the teams that I'm surprised about. I definitely think that head coach Nate Tibbetts is in the conversation, in the running for coach of the year for sure. If Minnesota keeps playing how they're playing,
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard to catch Cheryl Reeve, but not far behind is Nate Tibbetts. Like
Nah, that's
I
right.
love how Seattle. I was about to say Seattle. Phoenix has been playing.
Nah, I agree.
Um, like I said, high level defense, one of the best defenses. I think they lead the league in steals per game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and AT just keeping it rolling. And then
Yep.
they just picked up Dewana Bonner as well. So if
Yep.
she can play at the level that she's capable of, she can shoot the ball.
Yeah.
She can guard multiple positions and rebound. So that's gonna be big for them moving forward. So I'm definitely surprised by Phoenix.
Okay.
What about you?
Okay.
Who have you
Yeah.
been surprised by?
Well, my answer is going to remain the same as it was last time we were on the podcast, brother. I have to come on here and humbly and boldly say that I'm sorry to the not only the fan base, but to the organization of the Golden State Valkyrie. Time and time again. First of all, let me say this before I get into my monologue. Y'all have made a believer out of me. You have. You've definitely made a believer out of me. I can stand on that. I was wrong that I thought that y'all were going to suck and be the worst team in the W this year. As a new organization, I was naive. I was naive to the fact that you all could come into the W as a brand new organization. Now, granted, they were not brand new players, but in my mind, these were players that were castaways from their previous teams and they were expendable. And I'm like, if they were expendable from their team, I don't know if they're how much value they're going to provide to a new organization. But the famous saying goes, one man trash is another man's treasure. And boy, has that come to fruition for the Golden State Valkyries. They have turned what other teams threw away and turn them into a 10-9 team. That's a winning record if you did not know. That's above 500 if you could not count. Oh my goodness. And not only that, Hundo, not only are they 10-9, they're number 6 in the entire W currently, which is the top half of the league. They're also leading the league in team rebounds. The entire W is being led by a brand new franchise full of, once again, castaways. And I'm sorry, it's no air quotes because I didn't necessarily say it, but it was on my mind. And when I first, heard the team and saw the supplemental draft, I said, yeah, I told Hundo, and it was on the podcast, it's recorded. There's video evidence of me saying this. I said, they're not going to be good. They're not going to be good. And the only team that could probably stink worse or equally as bad was the Washington Mystics. And once again, wrong again. I was wrong twice in a row. Not only, now, the Washington Mystics are 10-10, so they are at 500. But still, that's still number 7 in the W. They're still better than some teams I had in playoff contention. They're still better than the Aces. They're still better than the Fever. They're still better than Chicago Sky. They're still better than the Las Vegas Sparks. It's off Las Vegas. Los Angeles Sparks. And I'm just to name a few, because there's still 2 more teams, but those teams I didn't have anyway. But it's just, it's good for the W. I say it again. I said it last time. I say it again. It's good for the W, because for me, it's good for Washington because it proves that y'all drafted properly. On draft night, I remember saying, what the heck are they doing? They drafted 3 first-round rookies. I was just like, I wasn't all the way impressed with the picks. I wasn't. And there's once again, there's video evidence to confirm this. Now, Hundo had to school me when Citron came out. He liked the Citron pick. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. And they drafted Kiki. Because of her previous season at USC, I wasn't the biggest fan of that draft pick. But I tell you what. And then, of course, we had Georgia Amore. And I liked her game, but once again, she tore her ACL and got hurt again. But I tell you what. Miss Citron and Miss Kiki, area fan. My Lord, today. I tell you what. You young ladies have lit a fire under me. I tell you that right now, and I'll say it again. Y'all lit a fire under me, and it's because of the way y'all play the game. Y'all have been playing fearless the entire year, and I'm gonna stand on it again. That I'm beating on the table. Now originally I was saying give Kiki the rookie of the year. I'm beating on the table. They need to share it because Washington is cooking as a unit at 500 right now at 10-10, and it's led by 2 rookies. Now I'm not leaving you out, Miss Brittany Sykes, but without the help of Kiki and Sonoya Citron, I don't know where Washington would be. I'm gonna keep it a band with you. You've been scoring a lot, but we got to give credit where credit is due. And then going back to the Valkyrie, man, like I said, Kate Martin. I liked her out in Vegas. I remember seeing her play last year. And she brought that same spark to Golden State, man. I, once again, didn't see it. Kayla Thornton, didn't necessarily see it. Miss Veronica Burton, didn't necessarily see it. But these women have once again risen from the ashes like phoenixes. And I think we got a team that's something close to, there's no Phoenix Sun, all that crap like that. Anyways, but the point I'm making is this. These women have turned the page. They've turned the page. They have made their names known. They made their presence felt in the W, and they're about to get paid. If anything, they about to get paid. Guaranteed. That's a lot. The only people that won't get paid is Kiki and Sonoya, and that's only because they're on rookie contracts right now. The other ones from the Valkyrie, they have earned their checks that they're about to get. And Hunter's already mentioned this before. This is going to be a very, 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 very busy offseason and free agency period after this season is up. Because not only do we have new teams coming into the W again, we're expanding, but there are a lot of people, a lot of the current teams are going to be losing some of their players, right? Man, it's going to be really hectic. And I can't wait till we get into that episode at the end of this season, because the names that are going to be on that list and where they could end up, man, I tell you what, it's going to be something to behold. So the W is in for a treat because it's about to shake everything up. It's about to get real spooky. So when you talk about my teams that I'm like, man, they surprised me, and I think they will continue to. I'm not saying that, you know what? No, I'm not making that bold prediction right now. I will say that I think that they will continue to win games after the All-Star break. I don't think that there's going to be a drop off. I think that you got 2 All Stars in Citron and Kiki, rookies once again, right? Kayla Thornton's an All Star, correct? So man, I think that both of these teams, the Valkyrie and the Washington Mystics, will continue to win games after the All Star break, which will propel them to finish off the season in the top half of the league. That's my bold prediction. That's a little bit less bold than what I was going to say the first time.
Go ahead and say it,
So,
man. Go ahead and say it.
okay, here it is. I'm gonna be
Go
bold.
ahead
Why
and say
not?
it.
Why not?
Stand
Be
on it.
bold. Be bold. I'm gonna stand on it. Either the Washington Mystics or the Golden State Valkyrie will be making the playoffs. They're gonna take one of the last playoff spots.
One of them or both of
One
them?
of them. Just one of them. Just one of them. Just the last playoff spot.
Okay.
That's it, brother. I think everybody else's will continue to be good and or bad where they currently are because I use those two teams as they're the barometer. They're the bar currently. If you're above them, you're pretty good. You're below them, the jury's out.
Question.
We got some questions about it. So yeah, Hundo, what are your thoughts on the teams? Let's talk about the teams that are below them, and I'll come back up to some of the teams that are above them. Give me your thoughts on more specifically. Now we knew that Dallas was coming to the season; they were really bad last year. There's a reason they had the number one overall pick and got Paige. Shout out Paige Beckers, you've been hooping. We knew that Connecticut was going to suck. So I'm not even going to speak on those two teams. I don't think they're going to get any better after the All Star break. They're part of that. They're part of that bar. And shoot, honestly, the Sparks also they can stay there too. Let's talk about Chicago, Vegas, and Indy. As we going into this All Star break, let's talk about how you feel about the state of these teams. We know Asia Wilson just got hurt. Um, we know that Chicago Angels been on a tear, but they still losing. And then Indy, Caitlin's been hurt. She got back, and they still been losing. So give me your thoughts on as we prepare for this All-Star break. It's an opportunity for teams to get healthier, not just for the good teams, but for these teams as well. Can they make a turnaround, man? Because I mean, at the end of the day, these are teams that people are expecting to make playoffs. They have players who should be good enough to get them to the playoffs. I think Camilla will be back. I know she's been in Brazil, I think, helping out the national team, right? So she should be potentially back after the All-Star break. So give me your thoughts, man. And is it possible? I want to hold out hope, but sometimes I lose it. I really do lose the hope because I'm like, I see Angel with 7 or 8 straight games for a double-double, and it's just not enough. It's just
Yeah.
not enough. I seen before the injury, Asia putting Vegas on her back, and it just hasn't been enough. I seen Caitlyn before she got injured. Then I seen they've been trying to keep it together. They went and grab Art McDonald to be a little a placeholder, and it just hasn't been enough. Can these teams turn it around and make a playoff push after this All Star break?
Um, I think Vegas and Indiana can. I think Chicago needs to be in that group with Connecticut, Dallas, and Los Angeles.
And that's what hurts, man. Because we
As
talked
much
about
as
this
as much as
last
you don't want to say
podcast.
it, we gotta be real. We gotta put them down there with them. We got to, unfortunately. But I guess we can start with Chicago, right? So I don't think they're gonna turn it around. Like you said, Angel has been playing at a very high level.
Yeah,
She's been on a tear the past 2 weeks, pretty
yeah,
much. From her play on the court to the off the court stuff with the 2K cover. Just announced her signature shoe gonna be dropping.
yes. Shout
So
out Andrew.
she's killing it right now. Shout out to
On the
her.
cover on
Um,
2K.
but it's not enough. Like you said, it's not enough.
Yeah,
Camilla just came back. She played the last game. So she's back from helping the national team. But it's looking scary for Tyler Marsh. We gotta
yeah,
have that conversation. Like, I know you're a first year coach, and we like to give coaches grace or whatnot, but yo, I said it in the chat, like they were better with Teaspoon.
yeah, yeah,
Now, granted, the roster does look a little bit different,
yeah,
specifically when you look at the guards. They had about 3 or 4 guards last year that could, go get buckets. Sloop gets hurt.
yeah.
Ariel Atkins has been okay, but you got to think when they traded for Ariel Atkins, they traded that number 3 pick to
That's
Washington.
true.
They
That's
ended up
true.
getting Citron. So it's like, yo,
Dang.
when you look back at that trade now, it's like, yo, you could
Yeah,
have had that.
you could have had
So
that.
it's like,
That's true.
oh, like Did y'all make the right decision trying to go for Ariel Atkins? I know she's a veteran, and I
Yeah,
know her ability to score and facilitate and be another option.
yeah.
But yo, Citrone looking strong in Washington.
I
But
mean,
for
bro.
Tyler Marsh, man, we gotta
Yeah,
have that conversation. Like, yo, like is it time? Is
yeah,
it him? Is it the talent on the team? Like, what is it? Like, I
yeah,
truly don't think that they have an identity on either side of the court, on the offensive end or the defensive end. You got Camilla, you got Angel, you got to play through them on the offensive end. It's like, yo, and like we said, Angel's been hooping the past 2 weeks.
yeah. That's facts.
That's a
That's
bright
facts.
spot. But like, yo, who else is gonna come along with her?
Yeah, that's true. I'm in total agreement with that, brother. And I didn't even think about that trade just now until you said it, but that it probably will go down in a couple years. It's like depending on how Ariel Atkins continues to play, if she doesn't like turn it around and like because when they traded for her, they obviously had a vision. You give the number 3 overall pick, you have a vision of like, okay, she can come in and be a dog for us, right? And
Mhm.
like you mentioned a minute ago, bro, they're just missing a guard. Like that guard play is really what's missing for them, right? Like you got Angel down low, you're gonna get the boards. You got Camilla 6'7", play through them, but you need that guard help. And I thought, me personally, I was like, okay, them drafting, Haley Van Lith would, help them out a little bit. She played the one, her last season at TCU. Her and Olivia Miles kind of split duties. Am I bugging? No, I'm not. I'm tripping for real because I'm a whole other team. She's there now. Olivia Miles is, but um, Haley was still out there with Sedona. Prince
Yeah.
was out there at
Mhm.
TCU. So I mean, she was doing that thing. So I thought she had it in. Previously, she just played with Angel at LSU. Now, granted, she was bad at LSU with Angel, but I thought, coming to the W, they could restore some sort of connection that would allow them to, be decent. And it just hasn't played through, bro. So they'll be back in the market this offseason and in the draft if they don't sign somebody for another guard. And it's like,
And that's my thing too. Is like, yo, like they've been losing, but it's like, yo, go get some help.
yeah,
Like, try. Like,
yeah.
why are y'all rocking out with this roster and clearly they not getting the job done?
I think when you like we just mentioned though, you trade the number 3 overall pick for Ariel Atkins. I think that was the try, right? So it's like, okay, what do I trade now to go and get some assistance? I'm gonna be trading guard for guard essentially. That has to be the trade. I'm not trading you Angel or Camilla, right? If they're the fundamental foundational pieces of my team currently on the offensive side of the ball, I can't trade either one of them, right? So it's like, okay, I mean, do I trade what's the other girl's name? Ezzy? Who's the other big they got?
You got
Williams?
Elizabeth Williams, you
Elizabeth
got
Williams?
Rachel Banham, you got Rebecca Allen. They got some pieces. Michaela Onyenwere.
Yeah, so like, do
Um,
I trade another big to go try to trade for a guard? But then,
bro,
like
I
I
mean,
said,
you got to think like they're pretty deep when you look at the power forward and the center position.
mm-hmm,
If you're another team, you're probably not taking under the guards that they probably have.
yeah,
Like, unless you're trading Atkins again,
yeah,
but there's no guards on that team that I would look at and be like, yo, I can use that.
no, that's facts. I'm 100%,
But those
with you.
bigs that they have,
Yeah,
I can use them.
yeah, not for real.
So it's like, yo,
That's
if you
facts.
have to move them, move off of them. So to go try to do something to compete. It's
Yeah,
just like they're content right now with what they have, and it's just like, bro, y'all don't have anything.
not for real.
Like,
That's just
outside of
bad.
Angel and Camilla, like y'all don't have anything, bro.
Not for real. That's true, brother. That's true.
So I
Yeah,
think I think they're cooked, man. I think
yeah.
Chicago's cooked.
I'm with you. I'm with you because I don't see them. Like I said a minute ago, I don't see them making a trade. I know what trade deadline's coming up, right? I don't see them making any trades to go get any help. Unfortunately, even with Camilla coming back from Brazil, I just don't see them kind of making any kind of needle moving plays right after this. Um, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about Vegas. Let's talk about Indy. You talk about those two teams being teams that could potentially move up after the break. With the return of Miss Wilson, the reigning MVP of the league, coming back to Vegas after her injuries, do you think that they'll be able to finally get it together? I think one of their main issues has been, right, the cohesiveness of the team, and then just not having a lack of help when it comes to helping Asia, right? I feel like the reason another reason she got hurt. is she probably just tired. She probably fatigued from having to do everything. You know what I'm saying? Her back. They probably meant to put back injury on the doggone injury report for real. Because I mean, when you look at the numbers, and I'm about to pull them up because I love to speak in facts. Shout out to Kayla Lloyd, who will be getting married soon. Shout out Kayla Williams. Yeah, Kayla Lloyd Williams. Kayla, Jesus, it's a lot of Kaylas. Kayla Lloyd. Shout out 1K. Shout out 1K, man. Let's talk about it. Um, I brought her up because she always talks to me about getting your facts straight and make sure you have all your statistics. So I want to talk about the reigning MVP, man. She currently has a statistic line looking like this: 20.7 points per game, 8.7 boards, and then 3.3 assists. Right, leading her team in the probably the mass majority of these categories. But this is the thing we continue to talk about with Vegas, man. She's been doing it by herself, and yes, does she have a team? Yes, but it seems as if from the games that I've watched that she has to continuously put a cape on. And I can imagine that being tiring sometimes when your team isn't necessarily holding its weight in the way that I know that they can. Hundo, we got the point guard. I went and got Jewel Lloyd. I mean, Jackie Young's still here. I mean, the biggest thing that happened this past offseason with them was them getting rid of K Plum. That was it. And everything else kind of stayed the same. I didn't see them, losing too much. They added some more stuff. So it's like, what's going on? What's going on? And then while you're talking about that in here in a minute, I want you all to also to touch on the fever. And I think, of course, a part of their main thing is Caitlyn has missed half of the season, legit,
Yeah.
with injury. So I think people hate it, but it's the truth. Caitlyn is the catalyst of that team. People, like to discuss AB. She's still a dog, but Caitlyn, she's the point guard. She literally sets the pace of everything. And so when she's not there, it's just not the same. It's not and they've won a couple games without her, but you're gonna lose a lot more than you win when Caitlyn's on that court. I mean, sorry, other way around. You win a lot more than you lose when Caitlyn's on the court, and you're gonna lose a lot more when she's off the court. Even with AB still playing. So talk to me about those two teams, man, and give me your why do you think that they'll be able to kind of switch it around after the break?
Yeah. So for Vegas, I guess we can start there. Like you said, man, I hate to, beat a dead horse, but no help. No help for Asia. No consistent help for Asia. Let me say that. Because Jackie has her games, but then, Asia didn't play the other day. Jackie Young, 10 points. Like, bruh, like you supposed to be a star in this league. You supposed to be the second option on this team. When the first option go down, you the first option now. And you scored 10 points. So they have to have some consistent help for Asia when she comes back. But I do think that a huge part of that is Chelsea Gray. Like you said, the point guard. Like she has to find a way to get everybody involved. She can't have
Yeah,
games with 3 assists, 4 assists. Like that's not her. We need 6, 7 assists. You running the show, putting people
right,
in position to succeed on the
right.
court. Like as the point guard, like that's literally your job. So, and I think also another part of them also losing, they lost two of their top assistant coaches.
Yeah,
Tyler Marsh is with Chicago. Natalie Nakase is in Golden State. That's a huge part of their identity, um, whether that's in the locker room and on the court. Those assistant coaches can make or break a team, and we
that's right.
see you lose two of your top assistants,
Yeah,
we see the impact.
yeah,
Um, as far as them turning it around, I think that having Chelsea Gray, Jewel Lloyd, who's been coming along recently, and I also think the addition of Nalissa Smith is going to be big. She started a couple of games, the last couple of games. She ended up fouling out last night
mm-hmm.
against Washington, but she gave them good minutes against Connecticut.
Yeah,
I think with her in the starting lineup replacing Kia Stokes, that's gonna help. She can get you, double digit scoring. She can rebound. She can defend. Um, so I think they'll be able to turn it around. But like I said, they just have to have some consistent pieces. They're right there. They're 9-11. It's not like they're 6-13 or 5 and whatever the number is, but they're right there. They in the hunt. If you're not a believer in Washington or Golden State, and you think they're gonna slip up, I mean, shoot, that's two open playoff spots right there.
True.
So they not far behind. They just gotta put a couple games together for real.
Yeah.
And then with Indiana, like you said, Caitlin Clark has played half of the games, so that's a big piece. If she can be healthy in the second half of the season, they're gonna be just fine. They're gonna be just fine because she commands a double team. She gonna get open looks for AB. AB and Kelsey Mitchell both have been hooping consistently all year. Um, so I think they'll be fine. They just got to get Caitlin healthy. That's gonna be a big piece of it.
Facts.
Um, and she should be healthy, moving forward.
Yeah. Agree with that, brother. I agree with that. And so I'm looking at the schedule now because, like I said, today's the 11th. We got tonight. We got Indy versus Atlanta. We got Seattle versus Connecticut. Then tomorrow we got Chicago and Minnesota, as well as Vegas and the Valkyrie. Then Sunday we'll go over those. Got a full slate Sunday with 3 games, or 4 games, excuse me. Indy back on the ticket again against Dallas, New York against Atlanta, the Sparks against the Sun. That's gonna be a terrible game. And then Seattle versus Washington. So really 3 game slate for that game for that weekend there. Um, so looking at those games, man, we got some teams like I said that we got Indy who could be above 500 by the end of the weekend, and then we got teams like you know Golden State, who could be below, or they could be once again even higher than they are currently. So, give me your thought process as we look into these weekend games here. Like I said, we're heading to this All Star break, so but teams are still going hard because these games matter, right? Also, got to
Mhm.
go back to this. We talked about the Commissioner's Cup game. We didn't really talk about it too much here today, but going into that game where Indy wound up beating the Mystics, not the Mystics. Good God
The
from Zion,
Lynx.
the Lynx. I'm thinking
Mhm.
M, and I said Mystics. The Minnesota Lynx. Excuse me, y'all. Um, so when I think about that, bro, I'm like, and they did that with no Caitlyn, no Caitlyn. That you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? So I'm just imagining. I agree with you that I think Indy can turn it around because when I see stuff like that, and it was a convincing win. It wasn't just like a 2 points, like kind of what happened last night with Vegas and the Mystics, but it was more so like I think they won by like 10 or 11 points, or
they're
maybe
going
like
by 15.
see. So you look at something like that, and I'm like, I don't see why you can't turn it around, especially like I said with a healthy CC back.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to. You got it. You kind of got to turn it around because I don't think she's gonna allow y'all to falter. Because, like I said, as much people hate to say it, she commands a certain kind of following on the defensive side of the ball when she's on offense. So, I
hmm
think that's gonna only help the team more to help them win even better. Um, and then, like I said, upcoming because this All Star game is in Indiana. I think just coming into that, they want to have some momentum going into that All Star break as well.
hmm
Any games stick out to you over the weekend, man, that we think we should be on the lookout for? And then we could get into this All Star break.
Well, I think what we've seen pretty much the first half of the season,
Yeah.
anything can happen, bro. Like
Nah,
even the
facts.
games that we think are not gonna be good, bro. Like anything can happen, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna be surprised, especially with the All Star break coming up, if players are not playing 100% or whatnot.
Yeah.
Um, anything can happen, bro. Of course, the Storm should beat the Sun,
Yeah.
but we thought that the other day,
That's
and
true.
they lost.
That's true.
So
They did lose.
I don't know, man. As far as games that stand out, uh, I think that Valkyries and Aces game is going to be interesting. I
Hmm.
mean, the
I
Valkyries
agree.
smacked them earlier in the season,
I agree.
um, and that was with Asia.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
Asia is still going to be out, I think she's still listed as questionable, and she does have a sprained wrist. But I wouldn't be surprised if they, choose to keep her out, like you said, with the All Star break coming up.
Right.
But even without Asia, still should be a good game. Both teams gonna compete. They still got Jewel Lloyd, they still got Jackie, they still got Chelsea out there.
Hmm.
So that should be a good game. You got the former coach going against, her mentor
Hmm.
in Becky Hammond. So
Yeah.
that should be a good game. Um, and And then the Sunday games, eh,
I think that
I
Seattle
mean,
and Memphis game could be good.
yeah, that probably be a good game. And then also the Dream and Liberty. Can
Yeah,
the Liberty get back on track?
that's fact.
Um, and can Atlanta, keep it going? Because
Yeah,
Atlanta's been playing pretty good so far this year
nice
as
facts.
well. They got two All Stars in Alicia Gray and Ryan.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that'll be a good matchup. I think those two will be good matchups on Sunday.
Agreed, brother. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think that I'm definitely be tapped into that Mystics game Sunday, as well as that. I want to see this Indy and Dallas game just because I want to see if Indy will have the opportunity to be going above 500 come Sunday. And then, like I said, I think Dallas is one of those teams like they suck, but like they play hard. So like with the league trying to not force, but I think they're going to want to see this Paige and Caitlyn rivalry, kind of come to a head and continue to blossom. So.
And and I want to add too, since we talking about Dallas, I know they've been losing games, but shout out to Isaiah James and JJ Cornelly as well. That
Mhm.
trio of rookies in Dallas has been hooping, especially with Enrique being out.
Yeah.
Those three guards have been hooping. So shout out to them, man.
That's facts, man. That's facts. And like I said, man, I say this from a place of love, bro, because I expect so much more from some of these teams, brother. As it coming to this season, I was like, yeah, Chicago should easily make the playoffs. I said Vegas, easy make the playoffs. I'm thinking Indy, easy make the playoffs. But now I'm like, y'all be limping in. Limping in the way y'all currently looking right now. And like I said, I know injuries have plagued a lot of teams, but
Mm-hmm.
I think about Phoenix, bro. It's
Yeah,
no more injury riddled team in regards to like stars
small powers. Yeah,
than Phoenix, bro. And they still are second in the league.
yeah.
And so it's like when I think about that, bro, it's no excuse. It's really not. Like, can your stars do it without the? Because when AT and Kyle was out, Satu was balling. I mean, hooping. And the other day, Kai and Satu out. What does AT do? Almost a triple double. Now, that's typical for AT, but she also had a career high, almost 30 points in that game. She was
Mm-hmm.
cooking. So I mean, some may attribute it to Dewana Bonner being back her first game, but regardless, AT was a dog, right? And you gotta have those people on your team that's like, no matter who's here, who's not here, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and we're gonna lock in and win this game.
Facts.
Um, so yeah,
Facts.
yeah, yeah. Some teams maybe some teams need the break. They need to reset. They need to kind of get a change of not necessarily scenery, but it will be scenery because some of them will be at the All Star game. But shoot, something when you're not at the All Star game, I guess you take a little break for real and have a little mini vacation. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
not on the All Star roster, who I'm getting ready to announce here in a minute, take some time, a mental health day, like I've had myself today, and take yourself out to a movie, like I did. Maybe go to have a little beach day if you're in a town where you can do that. If you're in Cali or if you're in Vegas or you're in one of these other places, I mean, it's something. Got to be something around you. I pray, and you make a little bit of money, so I know you can catch a little flight somewhere. Go see your family, hug a dog. I don't know what needs to happen, but I tell you what. After this All Star break, the ones who need to be hooping, come back and let's hoop. Let's get after it. I want to see straight dog actions all the way up to this playoff fight, and then we get some playoffs. Let's have another conversation. But give it your best foot, man. Give it all you got right now. And I'm not saying I understand. I'm a professional athlete. I do this all the time. But show us something, man. Show us something. Show the fans of W that you're really locked in and invested into what we got going on here, and that we're talking, not just talk every week, but we're talking because y'all actually make us want to talk. So let's keep it going, brother. As I mentioned, we do have the All Star break coming up, so I'm gonna discuss these All Star rosters. I know me and you have had some conversations off camera about the teams and who we thinks gonna win the game. But I want to discuss them because they were drafted by MVP as well as Caitlin Clark, who are the team captains respectively. Once again, the game is in Indiana this year, and I'm pretty sure it was in Indiana last year, before last. I think it was Indiana not too long ago too. Anyways, excuse me, that was the NBA was in Indy not too long ago. That's who it was. Um, but anyways, without further ado, here come the All Star rosters. On Team Clark, we have AB, we have Miss Sonia Citrone, we have Miss Sabrina Ionescu, we have Kiki Iriafan, we have Kelsey Mitch, we have Satu, we have Kayla Thornton, we have Gabby Williams, we have MVP Miss Asia Wilson, as well as Jackie Young. They must have made a trade. Um, Napheesa Collier, MVP, has Paige Beckers, Skylar Diggins, Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, NECA, Kelsey Mitch, nope, Kelsey Plum, Angel Reese, Brianna Stewart, AT, as well as Courtney Williams. With those two rosters, I know we don't know if we've discussed this. Do you think anybody got snubbed from the All Star voting? Well, for one, and then going and looking at these rosters, who do you think wins the All Star game next week?
Um, First off, congrats to everybody who made the team. Before I before I get into the hate.
Yeah, when somebody say that, when somebody say that, it's about to get some hate follow soon after. I guarantee it.
But nah, shout out to them for sure. Definitely big shout out to Kayla Thornton. Like I said on the previous episode, she's been hooping.
Yep,
Um, Definitely my candidate for most improved player. So I'm glad she got recognized. Shout out to Gabby Williams as well. Swiss Army knife can do a little bit of everything. Glad she got some recognition as well.
yep,
So shout out to them specifically. But as far as the snubs, um, definitely Brittany Sykes. I know you talked about the two rookies earlier and how they wouldn't be where they at without the two rookies, but Brittany Sykes is the best player on that team, bro. I don't care what you say. She's the best player on that team. And she's showing it. She's leading them every night, doing everything for the team, literally. So I definitely think she got snubbed. And I think you could also make a case for De'Erica Hamby. I'm not too mad that she didn't make it like Sykes. But I think you can make a case for Hamby as well. But I definitely think Brittany Sykes got snubbed from the All Star game.
my argument and rebuttal to that once again is this, Hundo. Without Kiki and Mr. Tron, she could be putting the same stats, and she just would have been Angel Reese. Put them the same stats and losing. That's the comp for me. That's the
Wait,
comp.
who?
She would have been Angel Reese, putting up crazy
Who?
stats. Brittany Sykes. Brittany Sykes without Kiki and Citron also
I
helping
mean,
her out, she wouldn't put up crazy stats.
you can
And
you can say that, but like the roster will also be looking a little bit different if they weren't on the team.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But
Like
my
if you take them off the team, like it would be two other players coming in that could contribute something. I'm sure, bro.
but maybe
They
not.
not just signing anybody off the street,
Yeah, but they wouldn't be contributing with Sanaya and
bro.
Kiki.
You don't know that.
Bro, come on, see, and here we go. Here me and Hunter go into this every
you
time.
you don't know what they gonna be
But,
doing, bro.
but we gotta compare apples to apples, bro. That's what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm saying to you. We voted on All Stars based upon individualistic game right now, right? If
Yeah,
Kiki and them, once again, they made the All Star team as rookies because they're balling, right? If they were not on this team and it was just Brittany Sykes with her stats, she probably would have been an All Star, but it would have sucked. The team would suck. I think they get more recognition, and Kiki and Zanaya in this game right now because they're helping lead Washington to a 10-10 record. And
I'm
we
not gonna hold you. I think a reason why both of them made it is because it's hard to differentiate which one should have got in over the other one. That's what I think, me personally. Like they're those them two and Paige are the top three rookies by far.
indeed,
Like
indeed,
by far. But
indeed.
I think that when you have two on the same team, like I said, it makes it hard to differentiate, which one should have got in. Me personally, like I'm not mad that Kiki got in. Like, but how you put Citron in and like she not the best wing on that team. That's my thing. Like Brittany Sykes is leading them in points, leading them in assists. When you look at the categories across the board, like she's at the top of
I
every
hear you.
statistical category.
I hear you. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, she's doing all that with the help of Citron and Kiki. I personally don't believe her numbers look exactly the same without those team women on that team.
Okay.
I don't believe that. And I'm not saying that she wouldn't be scoring or anything like that. I don't think the numbers would be as high. without these two young women on the team, and they're definitely losing a lot more. So it'd be like, what's the point? Like, it's almost like I said, it's almost like Angel Reese. That's why I say Angel Reese because it's like, okay, yeah, you got 7, 8 straight double doubles, but what? Your record still six. You still got 6 wins and 15 losses. So what are we talking about here? You know? So I'm like, I get it. I
I
get
think
it,
the
Brittany.
fan vote definitely helped them.
Oh,
Um,
for sure. But you know why the fans vote for them, Hundo? Let's talk about it once again. The fans don't vote for people they don't see. They don't. That's
People
why.
they don't know. They don't know. I wouldn't
Hmm?
say see. I would say no,
Yeah, that too though. See
because
and
it's
no.
a lot of people who saw them in college, who know them from college.
So you think they getting
People,
college votes?
hey, it's some people who don't even know what college Brittany Sykes went to. I probably couldn't even tell you what college she went
I said
to.
I don't know what college Brittany Price went to.
But people,
Not at
but
all.
people, but people know that Sonya Citron went to Notre Dame and Kiki went to Stanford and USC.
Right.
So I'm
But
saying that fandom from college, and they're only 1 year removed from college.
I hear
That
that too.
alone is going to help them.
But there's a lot of people that went to college. All them ladies went to college, Hundo.
Exactly.
But that's I'm saying in this past draft, a lot of these
Exactly.
women
Those
went
are
to
the top
notable
three
colleges.
rookies. That's what I'm saying. The top three rookies that have been hooping,
Mm-hmm.
it's a huge gap between the top three and everybody else.
Agreed. Agree with that 110%. No argument there.
So that's what I'm saying. They're
But you're
hooping at a
saying,
high level. I'm not taking nothing away from them. They're hooping at a high level. But I think Sykes' level is a little bit higher.
okay. I think we got to agree to disagree. Because like I said, I think that yes, Brittany's tough. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying she's not tough, I'm not saying she's not good. I'm just saying like I'm not mad at Kiki and Citron in the game right now. And I don't think that Sykes is as good without them, or in regards to her statistics for this season. That's what I'm not saying that as a player. I'm not saying she's not as good without them. I'm just saying statistically speaking, if I'm just if it's just you that I'm having to worry about every night, I'm gonna just throw a double team at you and tell you to beat me that way. But because I have to now worry about a Citron and a Kiki who are also hooping, can't come in and now they got Washington thinking about trading the last first round pick of Lee Edwards. I mean, when that kind of stuff happens, I mean, there has to be some kind of catalyst there for those kind of decisions and those kind of reports to be dropped into the media. What is that? What is the catalyst? Kiki, Citron, like they're making their presence felt. As I mentioned earlier on the pod, I mean, Washington is not the same team without them.
But will is Washington the same team without Sykes? Because I can make that same case if that's the point.
Is Georgia A more there?
Nah, current
There's
nah.
no Sykes.
We gonna keep everything how it is. Just what you see.
Just what I see. They probably have lost another game or two, but but it wouldn't be crazy. It wouldn't be crazy. I'm not saying that she doesn't have value to the team. I'm not saying that she doesn't bring anything to the team. I'm just thinking because in two is better than one. That's my whole argument with you. Two is better than one. They bring a little bit more because it's two of them versus just one of her to the team itself. That's all I'm saying. As a cohesive three, not really a big three, but a three-person thing, yes, they collectively have the team at the record that they are. But in regards to who I think is some holding more weight currently, I think it's Citron and Kiki because it's two of them. Period. That's my biggest thing. My biggest thing right now.
That man talking like they a package deal or something.
I
They
mean, the way they're hooping right now,
individuals.
like I just mentioned to
They
you
all
earlier.
individuals.
Hey, like I mentioned to you not too long ago, I'm thinking like, dang, what if Citron was in Chicago? We should be hooping the same right now. Like I'm just like the chemistry, all this stuff. Like they just really hooping well together. They really are.
They are.
So yeah, yeah, and yeah, we're not gonna keep beating that horse. Get based upon the rosters.
Mm-hmm.
Who you think win the game? I already know your answer, but give me your reason behind why you think that they win the game between Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier.
I just think feed team just full of dogs. It's dogs on both teams, but when you talking about AT and Skylar, like they don't like to lose. Just them
Nah,
two alone, they don't like to
yeah,
lose.
yeah.
Fee's been on a tear. Stewie's been struggling a little bit,
Yeah,
and the All Star game is a perfect opportunity to light it up.
yeah,
And I think the last pick, Ryan Howard, she can score. KP can score. I feel like you need that in the All Star game too. Now the question is gonna be, they got a lot of vets on that side too. So it's like, how much are they really gonna play?
yeah.
That's my only concern with Team Collier, is that they do have the vets on that side, and I don't know. Maybe Angel goes crazy. Who knows? But I think Team Collier gonna get it done. But it should be a good game.
And I'm the exact opposite, if you couldn't tell, fandom, here at the One Shot Podcast. I'm on team Caitlin Clark, and I'll tell you why. Just mention Hunter just mentioned scoring. I mean, when you got two of what I consider some of the best scorers in the game in Caitlin and Sabrina, in regards to 3-point shooting and just overall shooting on that team, I
Yeah.
mean, like yes, I think they have a lot more, they have a lot more bigs, they have a lot more dominant guard, bigs on Fee's team, right? But if I'm telling you to get it out the net every possession, you're gonna lose the game, right? And my thing is like, okay, I got Sabrina and Caitlin, who are both known for shooting at crazy distances from the court. It's like somebody gonna be tired. And like I said, like Hunter just mentioned as well, these are young bulls. I got CC, I got Sabrina, I got Kiki, I got Citron, I got AB, I got K Mitch, I got Satu, I got Asia, which you want to run up a little bit, and then Jackie can still shoot too. So it's like for me, I'm like, we're gonna have a shootout. We're gonna have a literal shootout. And
Nah,
and right. So it's like, yeah, you can get your two. But I'm about to come down. I'm about to come down and pull from half court. So it is what it is. Like we're gonna put it on the show for real. And then if I miss, I got Asian and AB down here to clean it up, or I got Satu come clean it up, right? So it's like, man, I think they can really make something shake on that team. So that's why I'm going Team Clark personally, because I just think they got a lot of firepower in comparison to MVP. I mean, yeah, you got Ryan, yeah, you got Paige, but I mean, I'm thinking about shooters and shooting anywhere on the court, making your shot up. I'm thinking CC and them girls got it, man. So
they
that's
got
how I'm
they got
going.
they got the home crowd too,
And they
so
got the home
you
crowd
know
too.
you
They
know
got
they
CC and AB and
you
K
know they're
Mitch.
gonna try to get it done.
Indeed, indeed. So I'm excited, man, for the game. It's gonna be very interesting. We'll be back next week to kind of get a little bit more in depth into it, and just the other contestants. The other thing, like a 3-point contest and the skills challenge, that will be also happening next weekend as well. So yeah, yeah, brother. That's all I got. I know we had a lot. It kind of was a lot, but that's all I got for the day, man. You got anything else you want to add on to what we talked about today?
Nah, I'm just gonna follow up with your sentiments from earlier, man. When they come back from this All-Star break, be ready to hoop.
Ready to hoop?
If your team is not strongly in a playoff position
Yeah.
and y'all trying to get there, you know what you need to do.
Know what
Come
to
back
do.
hooping.
Let's do it.
If you've
Let's
been
do it.
hurt, rest up, get well, come back hooping.
Yeah.
If you've been sorry and your team still sorry, man, get ready to move on. Get ready for next year. Connecticut, get ready for next year. Dallas, get ready for next year. Chicago, get ready for next year. Sparks, when is Cam Brink coming back?
Nah, for real. I just asked that question. I was like, bro, I ain't seen her in a month of Sundays for
She
real.
need to
Like
get ready for next season too. I wouldn't even come back. Don't come back. Yep,
he said,
y'all are
don't come back.
trash. Get ready for next year. Just stay
Said
out.
you cannot help. That's what he said essentially, and I get it, and I agree with him actually. So
Hey, as
yeah,
the Ravens hooping too, so hey,
yeah,
even more reason to stay out.
yeah. Ain't no point. Ain't
She
no
gonna come
point.
back and be coming off the bench anyways, playing 15, 20 minutes.
That's true.
Get
Shit,
ready for next
we're
year,
back in the
Cal.
game shape. Dang, that does suck, bro. Taking 2 years off essentially off the game. That's tough. That's tough. Um, Yeah, man, here at the One Shot Podcast, once again, we appreciate y'all, man. Always tapping in with us and sharing love and showing love and sharing posts. I see it all, man. I appreciate the banter and the comments, the likes on Instagram and TikTok alike, the reposts, the follows. We appreciate it. We appreciate it for real. Continue to please share. Give us feedback. We want to be better. We want to continue to be the best as we can be. Give you our authentic sports takes here at the Winning Shot Podcast is what we will continue to do. Not only in the not only in the NBA, not only in the NFL, but in a plethora of sports. I was watching F1, the movie today, and I was like, man, I don't know nothing about racing, but that jump surely did look enticing. So I was like, man, maybe I need to, look into that and see what that's all about. And it was just really interesting to me, kind of just the logistics behind it, man. So listen, like I said, we just want to continue to talk about sports. That's what we love, man. It brings us enjoyment, and we're gonna do it anyway. So why not put out content that y'all gonna listen to and give us y'all opinion on? So that's the end of the episode. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll see you at the next appointed time. Peace.
Peace.